What's going on, YouTube family? This is your boy Sean coming back with another video. But this one today is very near and dear to my heart. I have my firstborn son with me today, and I'll just let him introduce himself.
Hello everyone, my name is William. Nice to meet you.
So look, check it out. Today, what we wanted to do is come and talk about Camp Ocean. And I wanted to do that because I don't really see a lot of channels really talking about kid content much. And I know this is probably important for some parents who want to feel like they can go on the cruise with their children, but still have a good time. And so I just kind of wanted to bring him because on our last cruise that we went on to Mexico, it was his first time going to Camp Ocean. And so I just wanted to have a perspective of someone who actually went to Camp Ocean. And so let's just jump right on into it. So there are two major things that are kind of important, right? Like when you're going on a cruise. And not for a cruise, but for Camp Ocean. And so what are the two things that you have that are the most important for any kid that's watching to know about, like just before they even get to the fun?
Well, I wrote them down so I didn't forget.
Cool. Okay, what do you got?
Well, number one is positive attitude.
So why do you think like a positive attitude would be a good thing for somebody going into Camp Ocean?
Because they should know how to keep a positive attitude because their parents aren't going to be in there.
And that's the last thing that you parents want, is for your child to be in the camp and then they're being disruptive or having a bad attitude, and then you don't want the cruise ship to have to call you or try to locate you for you to come and pick up your child. So what do you have for number two?
Stay social.
Okay, now what's good about staying social? So you mean to tell me by staying social, I should just come up in there and just sit in the corner and then just watch everybody? Is that what you meant?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what are we gonna do to be social when we go in camp?
So, to stay social in camp, you should be able to walk in there and you should be able to introduce yourself to the other kids without any problems, without having to feel shy. Even if you are, you should be able to get used to it after a minute.
Oh, now what's the first thing that you had to remember when you get to camp? What is the first thing they're gonna ask you?
To wash your hands.
Nope, right before that.
What your cabin number is.
Exactly. So parents, when you get to camp, obviously you can tell the person that is at the camp checking you in what your cabin number is, but it's a good thing for your child to remember what your stateroom number is. That way, when they get there, it just kind of shows that they have some kind of responsibility. And that was kind of like one of the things that he had an enjoyable time doing, is when he would get to camp, you know, just the memorization of just the cabin number. It was very simple, 4 numbers, but it was just something that he enjoyed doing. It kind of, I think, made him feel like he had a little bit of ownership over the situation because he was basically given the information to check himself in. Now, I will say that depending upon the different camp that you do go to, they do give some children the option to sign themselves out. I particularly, it really just depends on what you want to do. But I have seen that there are a lot of kids sometimes that just run around the boat after they check themselves out. So I really wouldn't say that's a good idea. Only if you feel like your child is responsible, definitely let them do that. And so let me go ahead and break down what it is as far as the different age categories. So for number one, they have turtles, which is from newborn, obviously, up until 1 year old. Then you have penguins, that is from 2 to 5. And then you have stingray, that is 6 to 8. Then you have camp shark, that is from 9 to 11. Circle C is from 12 to 14. And then you have Club O2, which is from ages 15 to 17. So they pretty much break everybody down individually. And also, I have seen, I believe on the last cruise that we went on, if there were a smaller group of children, they do try to group some of those smaller ones with a little bit of the older ones, but not too far out of the age range. So don't be worried about that in particular. And I do know for sure that some of the smaller age groups, most likely the turtles and the penguins, I believe they do give you, as far as the parents, a satellite phone. Now with that phone device, you're able to be anywhere on the ship and they can contact you if your child gets a little bit too fussy or any of those things. And that way they can contact you to come and get your child in the case that your child may need to be picked up from camp. So they don't have to worry about disrupting the rest of the children in case you need to pick yours up. So what about the exciting things that you saw, like when you got into camp? What did you see?
Well, the first thing I saw when I got to camp was I saw that they had PS4s and stuff.
A word? Really?
Yes, sir.
What kind of games did you see?
I saw Legos.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. Any Fortnite?
Nope, no sir.
All right. Well, here's the thing. They have a lot of games, and the particular game that your child may play may not be there, but they do have other games, and different ships may have different things. So I really can't be for sure what game systems and what games are on each individual selling. But what were some of the things that they had as far as game consoles?
Well, they had the PS4s.
Mm-hmm.
They had the Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as board games and other games.
Oh, they had board games?
Yes,
okay, what do they have?
Like they had board games like Sorry.
I haven't played that in a while. What else?
Trouble.
Okay.
They also had.
Now, I remember you telling me something about Tic-Tac-Toe and Connect 4.
Oh, yes, sir.
Those were pretty cool, too?
They were very fun because I won every round.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, don't come for him in those games unless you want to get that beat down. Just saying. So, also, what about some of the other, what about the activities? Because I remember you guys had an activity that you did that was like the penny boat. So what was that about? What was the penny boat activity about?
Well, they gave us individually some aluminum foil, and we had to try and make a boat out of it.
Out of aluminum foil?
Yes, sir.
So what was the purpose of the activity?
I guess just to see who could make the best boat, to see how many pennies could fit on it before it sank.
So really what the activity was about was checking for buoyancy. And buoyancy basically means they're trying to see how many pennies that you can put in there, basically like you said, until that boat sinks. So they were trying to see who could make the strongest boat to carry the most before it would sink, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what else did you guys do as far as activities?
We also played Gaga Ball.
Now, you was telling me about that, but what was that about, really? Like, what was y'all doing in Gaga Ball?
Well, I'm quite happy that you asked.
What?
Because it was very interesting. One of the things that we had did in Gaga Ball was that you couldn't use your feet whatsoever.
What?
You could only use your hands.
So how was that possible? So what do you do then?
So you basically slap the ball with your hand, and you can't hit anyone above the waist.
So is it like dodgeball or something totally different?
I'm gonna say it's kind of like dodgeball, but instead of you actually being able to throw it, you can only smack it.
Okay. So how do they determine who the winner is? You got to get somebody out or something?
Yes, sir. Like the ball has to touch them and they're out.
So that's why I was thinking it was a little bit like dodgeball, but I guess maybe like a different version of it or something. Okay, cool. So what else did you guys do activity-wise? Do you remember any of the other ones that you did?
We did a game called My Grandma's Underwear.
What?
What was that about?
So basically you had to try and make the other person laugh, but their only answer could be my grandma's underwear.
Okay.
And I got a lot
Well,
of
I would have
laughs.
lost because I laughed at the name. So I definitely would have lost already. So that wouldn't have been a good game for me. So what else did you play? What else did y'all have going on? I remember they had something on the schedule talking about a icebreaker. And so the icebreaker, even though I don't know if it went exactly how it was supposed to be, icebreaker was really, I guess, an interactive event that they were supposed to have to kind of help some of the children that are new to camp or coming together, just to, kind of break the ice. I'm not really sure exactly what the activity was, but I do remember a fun one that he told me about, and that was about the band. So what was that one about?
It was basically like they gave us a whole bunch of markers and we had to make our own individual groups.
Okay.
Now at first it was me, my 3 other friends, and one of the girls who was another one of my friends. But eventually she left, went to another girl group, and it was just us 4.
Okay.
But then we kicked one guy out of our group because he was being extremely annoying.
We talked about that at the beginning. Those kids that don't want to act right.
because he was trying to draw on our papers, and it would mess up because we had to write how much it would cost to watch our band, what type of food we had, like at the concession stand, and the name of our band.
Okay.
And
So what was the name?
The Boys.
The Boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can see it. I could see it up in lights, maybe. Maybe.
We should have made it end with a Z instead of S. Would have made it cool.
It would have. But next time you go, you can just give that suggestion and maybe have like a second part to the group or something. Who knows? So did y'all have to actually play anything, or y'all just had to basically like tell how y'all was gonna like set up the group basically or something like that?
Oh, we also had to play.
What did you play?
I played different ones. Like they had like those little, I forgot if they're called, but they're little sticks that you would use in music class to make that little clack sound. We had to use those as like drumsticks. They had little buckets that were like the drums and stuff. Then they had like a little microphone you sing in. No, it wasn't a real one, but it would have been cool if it was. And they had a little, oh, I actually forgot what that thing is called. You remember the thing with the little things in it, and you shake it?
Maracas?
No, sir, it's the other thing.
I'm not sure.
You can also hit it, too.
Tambourine?
Maybe that's it.
Okay, go ahead.
But I had to do multiple different parts. Like we were switching through it, because we didn't see anyone else doing that, so we thought we'd come up when we were switching during the show.
Okay.
So every time the song, which by the way, they gave us the song Believer from Kids Bop. But every time the song took us pause for a second, we would switch. Like I was singing at one part, then I'd be doing drums.
Right.
And then once it was over, we had a snack break. And then we watched the movie.
So what kind of snacks did you guys have?
We had chips.
That was it, or what else? Was it different on different days, or pretty much the same type of snacks?
Well, the other days we didn't have a snack. It was only, the first day we had a snack, but the other days we didn't actually have any.
Okay.
But
they may have had snacks, and it just may have been, we may have missed it based on the time you went to camp. That could have been possible, because I'm pretty sure they keep the same schedule every day. So for the parents out there, let me let you know as far as, and I've done this in another video, but because this is just about the camp, let me tell you about the cost. So camp is free from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And if you want your child to attend camp after those hours, let's just say you want to go to a late night comedy show, or go to the casino, or go to the club, or any of that thing, they will watch your children from 10 p.m. until 1 o'clock in the morning. And so from 10 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning, there is an additional cost. That additional cost is $7.50 per hour per child, plus an 18% gratuity. So it really comes out to be $8.85 per child per hour. So it's not that expensive. And basically, like I said, they will keep your children. Let's just say, for instance, if they're having like an 80s or 90s party on the Lido deck, normally they will try to mimic that party for the children as well, in the Camp Ocean for the after hours. And that is called, once again, the Night Owls program. So I just wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about a few of those simple things that are going on with camp, and just let you know that, hey, if you want to go to camp and you're wanting to take your children, but you're not sure if you'll have a good time by taking the children, just keep in mind, it is a free service that is available to all children of all ages up until 17 years of age. I believe with the age group of 12 to 14, 15 to 17, they do allow them to check themselves out. So you may want to reiterate that. Also, let me leave you this hidden nugget that I just learned about. So there was a lady who was on the last selling, and my son let me know that her son had a Walkie Talkie. And you know what? I never even thought about it as far as like how I would communicate with my child if they don't have a phone. So that is a hidden gem right there. Go to Walmart, and I believe there are walkie-talkies that may have a distance of I don't even really, it may be 16 miles or something like that. I think that's what she said, but I'm not really sure. But anyhow, just look for some of the walkie-talkies. I want to say she said they were around the $40 price range, but get a set of walkie-talkies and have your child keep that with them at camp. That way, if they want to be picked up prior to you having to always walk to the camp and check, now you have a quick way of communicating. And she said that no matter where she was on the boat, she could always talk to him. And it was just funny because my son was telling me that he heard him talking to his mom, I guess asking to be picked up on the walkie-talkie headset. So on my next sailing that I go on, I definitely will make sure that I have that. And if I go and get me a set, I will try to bring another video and show you guys exactly the particular walkie-talkie set that I got, the mileage range of it, and the cost of it. And let me see. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about the camp or anything else?
I will note that the employees were very nice to be around. I feel like they're a good influence on us.
That's a good thing because, you know, if you go to camp and you have, let's just say, the employees that are not any fun, then that probably makes it a little bit more awkward for the children to, you know, go around and have a good time. But once again, once you walk into camp, there are multiple activities. Different age groups have different things. I know that like towards some of the older and even some of the younger age groups as well, they have a lot of NASA approved science projects for the children to do. I know I had seen some other things that I'm not sure if he made it to because we were just doing other things on the boat as far as like being in the pool and things like that. So even though the camp is free, you don't have to feel obligated to leave your child there all day or every day. But I do remember they were having an activity where they were doing a volcano activity. Did you even get a chance to get that, or you wasn't there for that day?
I wasn't there, but I was there for when they exploded it.
Oh yeah? So how was that?
It was fun. They gave us trees, they gave us a house, and they gave us a car, and we had to color it and then stuck it on the volcano. And and the idea was to try and put it somewhere where it wouldn't get burned.
Did yours get burned?
I don't even know where mine went.
It got burned.
It didn't get burned though. It didn't get burned.
It got burned probably.
No, sir. It wasn't even in there, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Like I looked, but it wasn't. It wasn't in the vinegar and stuff. It wasn't even in there.
Okay.
I had put it on the back of the volcano, but nothing went back there, so I didn't see where it went.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so what I will try to do is maybe in the video towards the end, or maybe even at this moment, I'm not sure. But if I can find a list of some of the activities, because I thought I had taken a screenshot of some of the camp activities, but I can't find it. So I will try to locate some of that and include that in the video so that you guys can see some of the things that they're offering for the children. I don't know if I will be able to find everything for every particular age group, but maybe I can find something. But anyhow, we just wanted to say, have fun, take your children to Camp Ocean, and it's broken down, like I said, by different age groups, and your children will have fun. So, like I said, we just wanted to bring you that quick video, and hopefully it was helpful for maybe some of the parents that are considering taking their children, or they might be a little hesitant about taking the children, or they might be a little worried about, you know, just leaving their children in somebody else's care for a while or any of that thing. But once again, it is a very good program. One thing that I will say that I did forget, I did mention it in another video, but in case you've never watched that, just be sure that you know that once you go to the camp, you do have to pick up your children for dinner and lunch. And from dinner service, they will bring your children back, but after lunch, you will have to bring them back yourselves. So until the next time, we'll see you.